What's up, y'all? Peace, light, and love. Thank you for connecting with me. I'm Sister Divine, and I definitely want to shout out Gemini season, no doubt about it. When the sun is in Gemini, we are encouraged to examine our communication, baby. What a powerful time to be alive. Loving this springtime. We got a lot of information to cover, so let's get this work. No doubt about it. But before I get started, giving thanks to the divine plan of love that's unfolding out here in these cosmic streets. Loving this energy. Loving this energy, family. I got to tell you something. There's something magical about these in-between seasons, right? That springtime, the fall time, and everything. These are my absolute favorite times of year, right? And this newness that's still, even though we already saw like the flowers blooming and everything, but I don't know, there's just this new energy about that. It's like we really getting into the groove of the warm weather. You understand where I'm going at that? But anyway, giving a big fat shout out and lots of love and light, ashe, to my dad, who was the Gemini that raised me, that gave me that front row seat in Gemini energy, no doubt about that. This is the manifestation, the walking, talking, real live manifestation of duality. No doubt about that. It is all love, but Gemini, woo, 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 woo. You got to know, y'all, the business out here in these particular streets. And so with that, I definitely want to say ashe to my daddy and shouts out to them Geminis. Those is my partners in crimes. If I want to get into some business, you know that Gemini is going to be there to really encourage you, support you and everything, to enjoy yourself, to have a good time, to do a little something fun and devious and devilish a little bit, right? And that's like, we ain't hurting nobody. Let's go have some fun out here in these particular streets. Shouting out them Geminis, no doubt about it. But let me tell you about the spirit animals that's been showing up. Profoundly auspicious spirits that's been coming through, right? A lot of them. But I'm just going to bring this one in particular that has really been speaking out to me and really asked me to share, right? See, I was thinking about, my pet turtle, Freddie, you know what I'm saying? Who was coming through too, no doubt about that, who was reminding us about how slow and steady wins the race. But this was like really more of last week's energy that I was picking up on right now. But today, when that sun reached over in the Gemini, baby, boom, this is what came through. Let's get this work. The crow came through. Now, when this crow comes through, family, this crow is reminding us about to procreate with spirit. This crow shows up when you are on the verge of manifesting those things that you've been working towards. Yeah, that crow is coming through. No doubt about that, right? Because the crow encourages us, right, to speak up on these injustices that's out here in these streets. The crow is reminding us about speaking truth to power. We can't be punking out. The crow is coming through, checking in, making sure you ain't, no doubt about it. And then the crow is also here when it's time for you to learn something out here in these particular cosmic streets, right? When you're about to get a glimpse into some future event that affects you directly, you know this crow is showing up out here in these particular cosmic streets. And we got a lot that's going on. We done seen the news out here and all of this other stuff. So there's going to be a lot of things going on. A lot of major transits that's taking place, right? We got Jupiter that will be moving into Cancer. What an auspicious energy that is. No doubt about that. And so with this Gemini energy, and then we moving that Jupiter over into Cancer, I always say that this energy, for real, is exalted in this particular energy. Please believe me when I'm telling you. And so we're definitely going to have a harmonious opportunity to really gain some awareness on emotional intelligence. Let's get this work. I'm liking that a lot. Saturn is moving into Aries. And when Saturn moves into Aries, it's linking up with Neptune, you know. And when that moves into Aries, this is really helping us to gain some discipline over our impulses and everything. Check in with where your Saturn placement at, because this is going to be some energy that's really going to challenge you to stretch a little bit. This is going to help you to get this work right here. And this is all happening for us, not to us. Let's understand that, no doubt about that. But the crow is coming through, really encouraging you to keep going. This is a time to do that. And so when you call on that crow energy is definitely going to help you to find that courage of speaking that truth to power. And if you feel like somebody is trying to trick you or con you and you ain't really sure about that, you call on that crow, and that crow is going to help you sort that business out. Or if you face with some significant changes in your life, right? And you need some help getting through that, the crow is definitely going to help you to see through all of that. No doubt about it, right? And if you know that you're receiving some type of spiritual guidance, right? And you want to tap into the divine cipher, right? That crow is definitely going to help you to be able to get those messages. And if you're navigating like a rather treacherous path, a project, a relationship, what have you, right? And you want some advanced warning on potential pitfalls, it's that crow that's going to come through for you. No doubt about it. So definitely work with this crow energy. They've been out here. They've been in effect, connected to the goddess Hecate as well. And this goddess right here is coming through in some profoundly powerful ways for those individuals that's about the business of this spiritual work, about the business of this particular divine ciphering. This is an energy that you definitely want to connect with. And so the crow is coming through in some powerful ways, reminding us about how important it is for us to co-create with spirit. We go get this work out here in these particular streets. And so what is so powerful and profound about this particular energy is that this crow is really coming through with an energy of encouragement, that all of these things that we're learning is all about divine alignment. See, we getting this shadow work, right? Whether we like it or not, right? The divine is definitely setting us up so we can really get an opportunity in dealing with ourselves in some powerful and impactful ways. So this is an opportune time to really upgrade that self-love game and everything. Make sure you co-create with spirit. Keep going. Be encouraged in everything. This crow is coming through in a most auspiciously powerful way, reminding us about how important it is for us to continue and trust in that divine order is taking place out here in these particular streets. So let's talk about this divine cipher we got going on out here. The planets is talking, no doubt about it. And so, of course, what the first thing that I do is I look to these luminaries, baby, because the luminaries is the ones that shine a light on the particular situation, right? They never go retrograde. That energy is consistent, right? And so this is the energy that we know that we can count on, right? It's not up under review and everything. This is the divine guidance for us moving in each particular day. And so right now, when we got the sun that's hidden over in to Gemini. Now, first of all, hold up, because Taurus is tapping me on the shoulder, reminding me about the lesson that we got from Taurus season. We got to remind now. Shout out to them Tauruses. Taurus season is closing out, no doubt about that. But the Taurus energy is really coming through in a powerful way, reminding us about examining their values. See, that was the lesson for Taurus season, no doubt, is examining our values. The things that we see that bring us luxury and comfort within our lives, right? Make sure that the things that you go for in your life is in alignment, and have the discipline to come out of your comfort zone so that you bring all of these things, so that you manifest all of these things that you desire within your life. And so Taurus season is closing out, reminding us about that lesson, about examining our values. And now that we understand what it is that, what our values are, those things that we hold near and dear in our heart, what's truly important at the end of the day. Now we can be about the business of communicating effectively, speaking truth to power, making these connections and everything, because Gemini energy is all about connectedness. It's very social, it's very witty. And so when you in tune with your star player, you in tune with your values and everything, this is when Gemini season comes to work for you in some most powerful and impactful ways. And so this is why Taurus season is tapping us on our shoulder, making sure that we don't forget that lesson from Taurus season and in examining those values, baby, because it's definitely going to carry us over into this Gemini season, no doubt about that. Now, Gemini season is reminding us about making sure that we examine in the way that we speak in the folks out here in these particular streets, right? Because when we in the highest vibration in Gemini energy, right, this is that social witty energy. Geminis is clever, they fun, they funny and shit. We like Gemini, no doubt. Who don't like Gemini? Well, you know, it all depending on which twin we dealing with, right? No doubt. We know Geminis is some special ones, no doubt. No doubt Gemini energy is special. And listen, it ain't just the sun. We talking about all aspects of Gemini energy. This is how it expresses itself. It comes through with duality and everything. But when we vibrate high in Gemini energy, it is the most auspiciousness that I can tap into. I'm here to tell you about that. So definitely make sure that we are examining it within ourselves, right? No doubt about that, because this is what that sun is asking us to do. The sun is revealing the contents of our ego, right? And so when we begin examining how we moving in that particular energy, oh, we getting this work. I assure you of that. And so right now we got that moon. It's in Pisces, right? The other luminary, no doubt about that. And I love that moon energy because that moon, it reveals the secrets of our emotions and everything, right? It encourages us to embrace how we feel. And with that moon being in Pisces today, and as we open up Gemini season, right, it's linking up with that North Node, reminding us to embrace how we feel, embracing compassion, right, and being the initiator of that understanding of emotional intelligence, right? We got to make sure that we out here being the example, shining our light out in the world, because if you listening to the Divine Cypher, this is definitely something you resonating with, no doubt. And so emotional intelligence, right, is one of those things that we have to really take the leadership in for the collective, right? This is how we nurture each other. And so the moon is encouraging us to embrace that within our exchanges right about now. I'm loving that. And thank you so much, Moon, for that. And so Mercury coming through because it's in Taurus right about now, reminding us about communicating our values, making sure that we speak in our truth, using the discernment, because we got to know that the devil is in the details. And so Mercury is letting us know about making sure that we taking that lesson from Taurus season, bringing it over and everything, that we speaking truth to power out here, because otherwise you in the realm of fakeness. You understand what I'm saying? And so when we're doing that, this is when we really find ourselves getting into divine alignment, no doubt about that. So definitely shouting Mercury out, no doubt. We getting big mercurial energy. We know Gemini's ruled by Mercury, no doubt about that. And so when we start really tapping in auspiciously to this particular energy, I promise you, we getting a lesson on how we can engage better. I'm loving it. And so Venus is coming through, reminding us about loving and valuing ourselves. It's in Aries right now, right? And so this is that lesson of really making sure that we checking in, valuing yourself, loving yourself, right? Recognizing your sovereignty at this particular point in time, right? The regalness of who you are. Put yourself up on that throne, Venus is reminding you to do. No doubt. Yeah, Mars is coming in, chiming in, right? Chiming in, no doubt about that. Now Mars is in Leo, right? And Mars is really encouraging you to take action, to move in your regal authority out here in these particular streets, right? And making sure that you enjoying yourself, that you having fun out here in these particular streets, right? Tapping into the joy frequency, because understand, joy in your heart, that's your strength, baby. It will strengthen you up out of all of the struggles, the vicissitudes that come through life. Because see, none of that madness that's going on all around you, it's not giving you your joy. That's not the source of your joy. It can't, and so they can't be taken away from you that way. And so joy is not about just being happy. It's about having that that foundation that can't be shaken. And that joy that's in your heart, that means you can look for the light in situations. And I'm liking that a whole lot. Thank you, Mars, for that particular energy right there. I'm loving that. I'm loving that so much, because Jupiter, of course, that's in Gemini, no doubt, linking up with this particular energy. Now we know that Jupiter is probably a little further on down in the lesson of Gemini and everything. However, we still getting this particular work and we are bringing it all together. And so Jupiter is really encouraging us to expand our communication, right? So that we can really speak truth to power out here in these particular streets. See, if we ain't in tune with the star player on that, right? And we ain't really learning, right? Because see, when you expand your communication, this ain't all about getting out here boss talking people, right? See, when you tapping into the Gemini frequency, right? You really connecting into that social witty connectedness, right? So you'll be able to speak your truth in a way that where you ain't downing folks, you ain't poking folks down or tearing folks down and whatnot. This is that energy that really allows you to speak your truth to power in a way that's really more digestible and everything. And so I'm liking this so much, no doubt about that. And then Uranus, hold up. Saturn reminds us, being in Aries. I'm liking Saturn being in Aries. At first, I wasn't so sure about that, right? Because we hear a lot of stuff in the street about how, you know what I'm saying, this is going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one. But see, what I'm realizing is that a lot of us, we just really don't want to face the truth of our lives, of who we are and how we're showing up in this particular world. But Saturn is coming in to help us out, to help us along our journey. Is teaming up with Neptune, that's in Aries right about now. And Saturn is helping us to build the discipline to control our impulses. And so Saturn coming in is really encouraging us, inspiring us to really begin getting to know ourselves, knowing ourselves, controlling our impulses and everything, so that we just ain't jumping on bandwagons and shit like that out here in these particular streets. Because we got that Neptune in Aries. And without that discipline, without you being connected to your values, without you being able to speak that truth to power and everything, you'll find yourself going on a ride for a whole bunch of madness that you ain't really signed up for. And so this is why Saturn is coming in here, helping us out for the next couple years so that we can get this work. Thank you, Saturn. Thank you so much for your assistance. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. Saturn ain't playing with y'all. Saturn ain't playing with y'all out here in these streets. Y'all know this, right? This is the truth in that particular business. Now, coming up out of that Piscean energy is all about what you think. Okay, you real clever and you real cute with your creativity and everything. So how we gonna make this happen? How does that translate? That's what Saturn and Pisces was coming through about, right? And so at this particular point in time, now that we done caught that particular lesson, we making that shit translate and everything. Now we getting a new lesson on how we conducting ourselves out here in these particular streets on this new cycle. Loving it. Thank you, Saturn. Let's get this work, y'all. Uranus is coming through. And Uranus is being in Taurus and everything. We seeing a lot of shit that's going on out here with that weather and everything, because Uranus energy, right, is erratic. It can be. No doubt about that, right? But this is all about that evolution, no doubt, right? And so Uranus is really encouraging us to evolve in the things that we value, right? So that the things that we're pursuing in our life, right? What we're going for in life, it truly aligns with what nurtures us, what's good for us, what makes us feel whole and at home. See, we seeing a lot of stuff that's going out to play. And even though a lot of us, we call it distraction and everything, if we pay attention, we can catch a lot of the spiritual truths, a lot of the lessons that are out here. And a lot of people that find themselves in these situations, we see them going on the Diddy trial. They're talking about how they got into this space of victimization and everything. And it was all in the root of the things that they were pursuing in their life. See, when you are prioritizing material gain over all other things, you find yourself going down a rabbit hole. And so this is why I'm so grateful to Saturn that's really helping us in being able to redirect our impulses and everything. And so while we are evolving the things that we hold value in, the things that we are pursuing in life, right? So that it truly aligns with what's really near and dear in our heart. Oh, we go be on the street called straight, because now we ain't sitting up here playing these games. We ain't going along to get along and grinning and skinning and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Bringing the old school shit, skinning and grinning. And what was the other one? I forgot. Dang, it'll come back. But anyway, that whole particular energy and everything, see, that's what's going by the wayside right about now. It's helping us to line up and be true with ourselves so that we can connect to our true tribes. No doubt about that. And so I'm really loving this because, of course, Neptune is reminding us about going for our dreams, making sure that we're pursuing that, right? But making sure that you're the main character in your story, reminding yourself about your values. Remember, checking back in with what Venus was telling you about loving yourself, putting yourself on the throne. You stay up there. And when you the main character in your story, Neptune is telling you, see, this is when your whole situation start getting groovy out here. This is when you start showing up with some new confidence, right? This is when you start shifting into a whole new gear. And so Neptune starting this whole new cycle in Aries at 0 degrees. No, it's at 1 degrees right about now, reminding us about making sure that you're the main character in your particular story. Loving that. Loving that. Don't be up under no delusions that somebody else is holding that importance. It's you that's on the throne. Okay. All right. Thank you, Neptune. Woo! 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 And then Pluto coming through in Aquarius, man. And Aquarius, and this is really about transforming humanity. See, Pluto is transformative energy, and it being in Aquarius, right? And Aquarius is about that collective, right? But where we talking about right here, see, Pluto is really encouraging us about transforming humanity by speaking truth to power, by being active in your community, by building communities and like minds, right? Building these online communities and everything, because you know you sitting at home and everything, and the folks all around you don't know what in the hell it is that you talking about. They ain't understanding where you coming from. And now we got this beautiful tool, this technology that we have right now, the internet, right? That's really helping all of those like minds that's all around this planet be able to connect, be able to unite, and really be able to transform the direction that humanity is going into. That North Node is in Pisces, and Pisces is all about that intelligence. It's all about that emotional and social intelligence and everything. This is really raising the frequency on the planet, helping us to get in alignment with having compassion for folks out here in these particular streets, allowing us to be in our creative energy, no doubt about that and everything. And so I'm loving this so much. South Node, I'm just getting tapped on my shoulder like you need to deal with that South Node. It being in Virgo, really encouraging us to make some adjustments in our routines, baby. We got to make sure that we are using our routines will save our lives. And Virgo in that South Node is just coming through to remind us, checking in about making sure that we are doing all of the things that support our health and our wellness and everything. And you do that with them routines. They'll save your life. And routines for the mind, routines for the body, routines for the spirit and everything. I think I heard some brother talk about how you need a spiritual win, a mental win, a physical win, and all of that type of stuff. This is about them routines, baby. This is what's going to save your life. And shout out to the brother. I forgot who the hell that was that said that, but I know I heard it in a masculine voice, and I'm loving that. I'm loving that a whole lot. So let's make sure that we're doing that. No doubt about that at the end of the day. But I got some special messages out here. I'm going to pull out with these angels, because the angels is coming through. Well, you know what? Listen, I'm going to tell you something. Listen, I works with them angelics. That's who I deals with. That's my main go-to. They the A-team, no doubt about that. We ain't going to say they the only cats in these particular streets that I'm dealing with, right? But at this particular point in time, they've been having a lot to say. And so they definitely been having me make sure that I'm showing up, bringing this divine Cypher vibration and everything, and really helping and advancing and being able to work with the collective and really being able to tap in for that divine guidance. I'm here for that shit. I'm loving this so much. And so with that, let's go ahead and bring this zodiac cipher. No doubt about that. We go get this. And so we go start off with Aries, right? Because now that sun is transiting into the energy of your communication, Aries, again. See, that lesson that we got in Taurus season was all about checking in with them values, Aries. And so now you're really being encouraged to communicate, to examine how you communicating with your friends, your siblings, your family, your community at large, right? This is a time for you to really begin seeing how you've been moving out here in these streets. And so spirit is coming through. The angels are coming through, reminding you about emotional sensitivity and asking that you honor and respect your deep sensitivity because it's a gift to us all. Let's not forget that. So that communication that you're getting, oh, it's happening, baby. The downloads is real. And so the angels is coming through. They checking in to let you know it's happening. Indeed it is. Let's get this business. No doubt, no doubt. And so Taurus, let's talk about this business. The light is shining where your material goods is at, where your values is at. The things that bring you luxury and comfort, no doubt as well. But this is about you being in this space where you're able to communicate your values and speaking that truth to power, no doubt about that, right? And so spirit is coming through in a profoundly and powerful way, reminding you about doing that. But if there's any baggage just holding you back, because we tapping into this energy of comfort and whatnot in the comfort zone, we got to make sure that we healing away these addictions. It's time to let go of behaviors that's blocking you from your heart's desire. So you got to ask, work with the Archangel Raphael, who's coming through powerfully, one to help you get this healing work. Let's do this business. No doubt. No doubt. Okay. Yeah. I like that. Gemini, you know this is dealing with you all day. This is where the sun is. The sun is shining on you, baby. And this is also about that mask, that social mask that we have out here in these particular streets, right? So we want to check in about how you expressing yourself, your presentation, your communication. You might want to check in on any of those addictive behaviors that might be blocking you from being able to get your heart's desire too. Raphael is coming through, tapping on your shoulder as well, asking that you might want to check in with that, Gemini, so that we can really begin to get out here, shine our light, boogie in the way that we got to. Now, when we talking about addictions, let's make sure that we slow down because we talking about those things that's in our comfort zone, right? So you might not be on crack. You might not be shooting dope. You might not be smoking reefer. You might not be drinking out here in these particular streets, but is you spending too much time on that goddamn social media? Is you out here blowing your money on foolishness that don't matter at the end of the day? See, that's the energies that we need to check in on. And we don't look at those energies as being addictions all of the time, but I assure you they are, and they slow you down. It's baggage. And so the Archangel Raphael was coming through, checking in, letting you know if you work with him, he can help you in being able to clear that particular energy out. They also want y'all to know that if you don't call on these angels, see, we in this realm of free will, they can't infringe on that. You must call on them for that assistance. So make sure that we doing that. No doubt. Okay. Let's get it. Cancerian vibration. Okay. Now I'm liking this a lot because see, we got a lesson last trip in Taurus season on our community, the things that surround us and all of that, right? And so now we are moving into those things that we haven't integrated right just yet in our lives as far in respects to communication, right? And so spirit is coming through in a powerful way, tapping in, making sure that you get you an appropriate crystal that's going to give you some energies. It's going to help in supporting you and helping you with your present situation. So let's talk about that, right? And the turquoise is coming through. which is helping us with effective communication. You know, Jupiter is finna show up in your sign. It's about to be all day, baby, all day. Now, this turquoise is really going to help you get into this connected heart space energy. That's going to help you to be able to communicate those things that's in your heart. It's going to really help you in being able to get to the heart of the matter. So work with that turquoise. It's going to definitely help you in supporting you in your present situation. This I can assure you. I'm liking that. Let's go ahead with this particular energy, Cancer. It's about to go down for you in these particular streets. And I'm liking that so much because this right here, this energy is really going to help you in being able to recognize the blind spot, baby. It's going to help you to recognize those things that's unconscious that you be doing. It might trip you up, right? And this is going to really help you to be able to upgrade your gangster to a level that's going to have you navigating these streets with mastery. I'm liking this. Jupiter coming in Gemini. I mean, Cancer. We in Gemini now. Let me calm down. All right. So Leo, let's get this work. No doubt about that. Now listen, we had the sun. It just came from that 10th house of your reputation and all of that, right? Your ambition, how you dealing in authority. And then there was a time where we had Mars that was coming through. We got Mars that's going up in there too. That's really checking in with all of that as well, right? But this particular time is really helping us to connect to the dream, the hopes, the wishes, securing the network out here in these particular streets. And so the angels is coming through, letting you know that the divine cipher is illuminating itself for you, Leo. So notice the messages that appears as sound, as music, as words from both external sources within your mind, because these are real answers to your prayers. Now, let me tell you something. Me being a fellow Leo myself, I woke up and I'm hearing this "Hello, It's Me" by the Isley Brothers. That's reminding me, don't change, don't change. So I just been grooving off of this because one thing I know for sure, this sun here, Gemini, I know my dad's energy is coming all the way through. This was one of his grooves. And so when that particular groove came through, I'm just rocking on it. But you listen out for where it's speaking for you, what have you, right? Because this is going to illuminate some things for you. Keep your ears open. Keep your head on a swivel out here. Because the downloads is real in these particular streets, Leo. I'm liking that. A whole lot. Now, Virgo energy. Hey, I got a lot of Virgo. I'm showing up Virgo too. Let's get it. I like this a whole lot. Now, we talking about we got that business because tourist season really helped us to get our philosophy on life straight. The things that we learned, the lessons that we learned, how we go apply that within our life and make that really groove for us. Because now that sun is coming to our 10th house. This is all about how we go take that knowledge, apply it, and bring it to make it work for us out here in these particular streets. See, when it's showing up, when the sun is shining its light on this particular energy, right? This is really about the hard work, the structure that we doing in these particular streets, right? Taking the work that we've been doing, getting this work. This is what this crow been showing up around here for. No doubt. So let's talk about that. Come on, let's come on through. External achievements I'm hearing. You powerful light working energy out here. Virgo. Come on, Virgos. And it's safe for you to be powerful. Spirit is coming through. You are a powerful light worker. And your spiritual power is bringing great blessings. in love and service to the divine now here. Oh, you came here to get this work. This is what you in the business of being about. Healing energy, Virgos. And so this is showing up really to get you to get out here and put this work out in the world. It is your time to shine, Virgo. Let's get it, baby. Let's get this particular business. Oh, and if you hearing it, it's going down for you as well, baby. What you hearing, the activations for that clear audience is going down. And let me let y'all know something about that clear audience activation. When that clear audience activation, when it comes through, this is what really opens the gateway for all of these clairs to start coming online. So you'll start noticing it's going down in these particular cosmic streets. You start hearing these songs, you start hearing sounds of symbols, you know what I'm saying? Little whisperings and everything, but you hear it like it sound like it's in your mind. That's what that is, right? Now this gonna start opening up for the clairvoyance. And then you go notice that you go see a flash of this and that. Or you go close your eyes and you go see a vision or something of this or that. It just happens that way. Or in your mind's eye, you can see how things can be better. This is how that works. And so let's get, hey, it's going down. And with Jupiter, we got all of this air energy, all of this fire energy that's going on in this street. This stuff is speeding up, baby. It's going down. Make no mistake about it. Let's go move forward. Okay, Libras. Libra, you caught that 8th house lesson? Woo, 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 woo. That's the transformative one right there. Now listen, you caught this particular lesson all about how you exchanging out here in these particular streets on every particular level, right? And so this is going to be really powerful for you because, see, this is helping you to take all of the stuff that you got, that you learned, right? And really helping you to move into this elevated mind space, right? And so, Libra, this is really an empowering time for you to really adjust and be in your philosophy, right? Because we know how indecisive that energy of Libra can be, right? And so when you got them prominent places on in Libra energy and everything, wanting to really satisfy, because see, this is a socially conscious energy right here, no doubt. And so that Libra energy really wants to make sure that everybody is getting a fair shake in these particular streets. But you got to really make sure that you are fully connected to the star player within you. So you got to trust and listen to your intuitive feelings. Your body is receiving accurate messages from the divine, the angels are saying. And so you got to make sure that you are trusting yourself at the end of the day. And thank you for being so diplomatic and shining that light of justice and fairness and harmony out here in these cosmic streets. We see you, baby, and we appreciate you, no doubt. Okay, Scorpio, what we talking about? Let's get it. Let's get it. Now listen, that light, it helped you take a look at your relationships when we was in the Taurus season. And so now as we move forward, we dealing with the divine exchange, no doubt about that, and really helping us in transforming how we shine our light in the world. And we may do that through occult practices, occult study, doing things that ain't nobody else privy to at the end of the day. We like that. This is, you will begin seeing some major activations in that psychic ability. It's getting lit up, baby. It's going down. And so a lot of these communications that's coming through, you go notice that this is going to come through in some powerful and impactful ways. You keep you a pen and paper on deck, because you probably go get you some stuff that's really going to help you to help others along the journey. This is going to be a powerful time. You see, the activations that's going to be coming through. Not only are you going to be getting some powerful activations that's going to help the collective along, but you may want to even be in positions where you can connecting with those like minds, right? Because workshops, seminars, shit like that. If you ain't gonna be delivering them, you need to be participating in them on some particular level, because attending and giving these things, this is a part of the spiritual journey for you. I hope you understand that. This is part of your path. So you got to really be in this space of being open and learning. This is what's going to help in transforming you, because that sun in Gemini is shining light on this particular energy that's really helping you to be able to do this in a proficient, in a powerful way. I'm liking this. You're about to get lit up out here in these particular streets so you can light this world up. And I'm liking that. We need this particular energy out here. And so, Scorpio, we know you can dive deep up on that. And so when you get a hold of something, you know we getting that business. We getting that work. And so for those of us that got these Scorpio placements, I got to know that Scorpio, I'm liking this. We really need to make sure that we are really, really getting this work. And I'm loving it. I'm loving it a lot. Activation Nation. Let's get it. Woo! Throat chakra activation, family. Throat chakra activation in Gemini season. Filling the throat. Hold up. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Okay. Who we dealing with? Oh, the Sagittarius. Now listen. Now we done dealt with the routines and everything in Taurus season, right? Checking in, right? Making sure that our routines is really supporting us out here in these particular streets so that we can show up being our best in these streets. Because now the sun is shining in your partnerships, right? Now this is talking about like your boo, your business partner, your bestie, and your enemy. This is giving you an opportunity of learning how to communicate with proficiency. See, even with them particular enemies, this is giving you that opportunity to really be able to speak that truth to power in a way that's going to be most impactful. See, this is about the build up and not to tear down, Sag. And so this is really, really some powerful and potent energy, enhancing that ability of communication. Now, we want you to check in on how we've been doing that. Because when the sun is shining there, it's really encouraging us to examine this particular energy. See, because you indigo, you know what I'm saying? Is that what determines, the light beings, the indigos, the rainbow, the crystal children, all of that particular shit? That's what we doing, huh? But listen, highly sensitive, natural born leaders. And so when you start really gaining mastery and communications on those close connections that's close to you, and then even if you get confronted by a sucker MC that want to take you out, you gonna be able to deal with them in an effective manner, Sagittarius. So this is what's really encouraging you. And so Spirit is really reminding you about your leadership abilities out here, about your ability to shine light out here, for you to take the seat of the throne out here in these streets and show folks how this is done. And so your light is being shined on your house of partnerships, allowing you to communicate in an effective way. And I'm loving this. I'm loving this a whole lot. And who better to get that effective communication than that Sagittarius? You see that bow and arrow? They ain't here to play no fucking game with you. No. Let's get this work, Capricorn. Let's get the business. Now, see, hopefully, because we had that lesson in Taurus season about tapping into them things that bring you joy. It's kind of hard. Capricorn energy can be tightly wound. Trust me, I know. I'm married to an individual with prominent Capricorn in his chart. I mean prominent. A stellium, no doubt. And this energy, it can be tightly wound at times, you understand. This is my observation of it. And then I don't know more than just this particular Capricorn. I done dealt with a few of these folks out here. And not only are they the truth, they reliable. And I love these Caps. They are certainly the dapper Caps. You do know that you can be tightly wound. And so while we took that lesson when the sun was having us examine our values, the things that bring luxury and comfort into our lives, right? And this was really allowing us to tap it into where our joy is, the pleasure in life and everything. This is really so that we can awaken that creativity, right? So that we can find some routines that's really going to speak to us. And so now in your house, that's helping you, that's asking you to examine your health, your wellness, your routines, and everything. This is really encouraging you to take the creativity, make this fun for yourself. It don't have to be a grind. Don't you let the devil fool you out here, Capricorn, and telling you that you are restricted. You can't do it that way. It has to be done this way. I got to get up at 5 in the morning and I got to bust my ass. The devil is a lie. And so the angels are coming through, checking in and making sure that we are empowered in our routines, in our work, in our health. Because not only will it allow you to be a service to the world that's around you, it will allow you to be a service to yourself. The angels are asking you to cut a lot of these energetic cords to those things that's not serving you. The thought processes that keep you locked into these patterns that make you feel as if you don't have any choice, that you can't enjoy your process. So ask the Archangel Michael to clear away any old attachments to fear that stem from past relationships and free you from destructive patterns, Cap. See, when you do that, this is going to help to lighten the load. So now you swimming downstream and really being able to find them routines that's really going to light you up. I'm liking that, Cap. But we do appreciate your loyalty, your righteousness, your discipline, your hard work, your prudence. We like that. We appreciate it. You showing us structure. You showing us how to get that work. But we showing you how to get that fun. We showing you how to get that joy. We showing you how to tap in and get that pleasure. So make sure you cutting them cords, Cap. Let's get it. The Aquarius, the water bearer out here in these particular streets. Now listen. We know we got Pluto that's shining its light out here. It's gangbusters out here in these particular streets. But the lesson that you learn from the sun, reminding you to examine how you showing up in your home life, right? Now we are really asking you to take those lessons from the roots, from the home life, right? From the things that nurture you, and shift them over into this lesson on how you go communicate in a way that's creative, that's fun, that brings you pleasure, that's going to help you tap into that childlike creativity, that's going to help you to sparkle like nobody's business. We liking this energy, no doubt about that. So let's talk about it, what we doing. This might be a powerful time for you, Aquarius, to tap into these workshops and seminars as well. Giving these speeches is probably definitely, getting out here speaking that truth to power, a part of your spiritual path and purpose. Please be open. Please be open, especially because we got this sunshine and communication. And this particular house is really allowing us, in this particular house, really helping us to really make this sparkle so that you can really, really shine some light out here in this world. So be open to teaching. Be open to learning if you don't know. But get out here and be that water bearer you came to be. Be about the business you came to be about. Let's do it. Let's get it. I like it. So now, Pisces. Let's talk. Pisces. Now, Pisces, we are coming up out of that lesson in that third house. This is about making sure that you in this space of communicating your values and everything, right? Really making sure that you are in this space, considering the things that bring you comfort into this world and everything. and making sure that you are in this space of coming out of your comfort zone in these conversations. This is about having these hard conversations and whatnot. And so now we got Gemini, right? That's showing up in your fourth house, right? Now, when this house is lit up, this is about your home. This is about your roots and everything, right? But this also deals with end of life, a whole lot of pantheon of stuff, but this deals with the roots, right? Domestic things. So the ascended masters is hanging out around you, Pisces. The sun is shining there, asking that you be able to communicate those things, right? See, the thing of communication, the energy of connectedness, of being social, of communication, of technology, of travel. I just heard Spirit say you might even want to take a trip back home, Pisces. Yeah. Anyway, the Ascended Masters is coming through. Powerful way. They're watching over you. They're guiding you. Because a lot of the light that you came here to shine, it's time for you to bring it on home. And so the sun is coming through to ask you about examining how you're communicating. The things that nurture, how you're communicating at home. Powerful and profound. See, a lot of us are spiritual leaders within this family. And so it is in our business. See, the revolution starts at home, you understand? And so spirit is really coming through in some profound ways. Wow. Shining light on making sure that revolution starts at home. And so these ascended masters is coming through. They watching out. They guiding and helping to be that divine light out here in these particular cosmic streets. Yeah. I'm liking that. I'm liking that a whole lot. Yeah. And so there we are with the divine cipher. Woo, I kept us for about an hour. I think I'm going to close this particular energy out right about now. This was a powerful one. The energy is real. The downloads is happening. Gemini energy, it awakens the channeling abilities. It awakens the clairaudience. It awakens the senses. The clairs get activated in some powerful ways. Definitely work with that crow. It's going to help you to be able to get that perspective. You go get that work with that particular crow. It's going to show you the forest between the trees. And this is an opportunity really to working with that crow, reminding you to check in on how you feeling. Trusting your intuition. What an auspicious and powerful time it is for us to be alive. And remember, the things that happen in our life, they are happening for us and not to us. This is the divine cipher that helps us to get into divine alignment for our highest and greatest good. Giving thanks to the divine plan of love that's unfolding, sending so much love, so much light out here in this particular world. Live with these. Peace, light, and love.